Whispers in the dark. The old Ashwood Manor had been abandoned for decades, its once grand halls now cloaked in dust and decay. It stood on the edge of Blackwood Forest, a place shrouded in eerie legends. The locals spoke of strange lights flickering in the windows at night and whispers that slithered through the cold air. Nathan Carter, a journalist with a passion for the supernatural, arrived in the town of Ravens Hollow on a crisp autumn afternoon. He had spent years chasing ghost stories, but something about Ashwood Manor unsettled him. Perhaps it was the way the townsfolk averted their eyes when he mentioned the house, or the old innkeeper's warning, "Some doors ain't meant to be opened, son." But Nathan was determined. That evening, armed with only a flashlight, a notebook, and his camera, he made his way through the overgrown path leading to the mansion. The towering iron gates groaned as he pushed them open, revealing the looming structure beyond. Its windows were empty sockets, its doors gaping like a hungry maw. As he stepped inside, the air grew thick, suffocating. Dust motes danced in the beam of his flashlight, revealing faded wallpaper peeling away like dead skin. The floorboards groaned beneath his boots. Nathan moved cautiously through the grand foyer, his camera clicking as he documented his surroundings. A long, spiraling staircase led up into the darkness, but it was the parlor that caught his attention. An old piano sat in the corner, its ivory keys yellowed with age. A thick book lay open on a nearby table, its pages brittle and stained. A whisper slithered through the silence. Nathan froze. The sound was faint, almost indistinct, but unmistakable. A soft, murmuring voice like breath against his ear. He spun around, flashlight darting over the empty room. Nothing. A gust of wind rushed through the hall, slamming the door shut with a deafening bang. Nathan's pulse quickened. He reached for the door handle, but it wouldn't budge. Locked. The whispering grew louder. It wasn't one voice anymore. It was many. A chorus of hushed tones, speaking in a language he didn't understand. The temperature dropped, his breath misting in the frigid air. His flashlight flickered, and then the piano played a single, chilling note. Nathan stumbled back, heart pounding. His mind screamed at him to leave, but his body remained frozen. The shadows in the corners of the room deepened, thickening into something more than darkness. Shapes emerged, figures with hollow eyes and twisted, grinning mouths. One of them stepped forward. Nathan gasped as the figure moved through him. A rush of ice surged through his veins, and suddenly, he wasn't in Ashwood Manor anymore. He was in the past. The room around him was alive. Warm candlelight flickered, laughter echoed, and the scent of perfume and burning wood filled the air. Dozens of people gathered in the parlor, dressed in elegant 19th century attire. A grand party was in full swing. Then, without warning, the atmosphere shifted. The laughter died. The guests turned, their eyes locking onto Nathan with expressions of pure terror. A guttural scream rang out. The walls bled. The candle flames flickered wildly before snuffing out. The guests began to vanish, their bodies dissolving into swirling shadows. Nathan gasped as he was yanked back into the present, collapsing onto the dusty floor of the abandoned parlor. The whispering had stopped. The figures were gone. But something was different. Nathan looked down at his hands. They were not his own. His fingers were long and bony, his skin pale and translucent. A mirror stood in the corner of the room. He turned to it. The reflection staring back at him was not Nathan Carter. It was a hollow-eyed specter, its twisted grin mirroring the same terrifying faces he had seen in the darkness. And then, from the shadows, a new whisper came. "Welcome home."